And now I would like to invite Kumari Jayashree G. Bharat. She's from India, and we are going to have a wonderful upanyasam on Bharatha's glory. I like to give you a small introduction of Kumari Jayashree. Jayashree joins us from Chennai, India, with her interest in Hindu tradition and culture. She has been learning slokas, Carnatic music for many years. She is a disciple of Sri Anand Dayanidhi Bhagavadar and has given many talks and on Itihas and Puranas. She is also pursuing chartered accountancy now, and she's here, and her topic is today Bharatha's glory. Jayashree.
Namaskaram. Am I audible?
Yes.
Lakshminath Samarambha Nath Yamuna Madhyama Asmadacharya Paryada Vande Guru Param Para Veda Vedye Pare Pumsi Jate Dasharathatmaje Vedaha Pracheda Sadasit Sakshat Ramayana Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nataya Sitaya Pataye Namaha Buddhirbalam Yashodhairyam Nirbhayatvam Arugata Ajadhyam Vakpatutvam Cha Hanumat Smaranat Bhave Gopika Jeevana Smaranam Govinda Govinda Janaki Kanta Smaranam Jai Jai Rama Rama. With the blessings of Shrifpati Srimad Narayana and Maryada Purushottama Sri Ramachandra Murthy, Adiye would like to present a short upanyasam on the glory of Bharatha, who is the Bhagavadotthama. Srimad Ramayana serves as an Anugraha Grantha. Sri Ramachandra Murthy lived for 11,000 long years and showed us the path to behold. Unlike other avatars, where as soon as the purpose of the avatara gets over, the Lord descends back to his abode. Avatara means the descent of God to ascend the man. So as soon as the purpose gets solved, the Lord goes back to his abode. Whereas in this avatara, Sri Rama avatara, he lived here for 11,000 long years and showed us the path to behold. And that is why we call Sri Ramachandra Murthy as an ideal role model. And we celebrate him as Maryada Purushottama. One more speciality of Sri Ramachandra is that Valmiki Maharshi describes him as Sadaika Priyadarshanaha. Poduma we can categorize people into four. Darshanaha abdina vada paakalam. Priyadarshanaha abdina, because of their love and affection, we automatically tend to talk with them. Eka Priyadarshanaha abdina, vakitiye pesindrakanamnu thonu. Sadaika Priyadarshanaha means all-encompassing person. This was very much evident when we saw Lalla. He was such an encompassing person. The beautiful eyes and his punsirip, everything was so beautiful and attracted us, right? So Sri Rama is celebrated as Sadaika Priyadarshanaha. In Punya Bharata Bhumi, in Paramapavitra Kshetra, one of the Mokshadayinis, Ayodhya, now we all are celebrating the Prana Prathishta of Sri Ram Lalla. In this Shubha Santarpa, it is indeed Adiyan's blessings to present a few words about the glory of Bharata. And it is a rare coincidence that in Bharat, today, it is Taipusam, the birth star of Bharata, and it is indeed Adiyan's blessings to present about the Bhagavadotthama. Dasharatha had decided to do Pattabhisheka to Sri Ramachandramurti, and he asked for the opinions of the subjects. All the Ayodhya Prajas gave unanimous consent to make him the Raja. This was because of his qualities. The Ayodhya Prajas said, Kadanchit upakarena kritenaikena tishtati smarati apakarana shatamapi atmavatteya. What was Rama's glory? Even a biggest mistake done by people would be forgotten by him, and even a smallest upakara done would be remembered forever. That was the greatness of Sri Ramachandramurti. So everybody gave unanimous consent. At that time, Kalakyama Manattananai Kaikeyi Varam Venda. Kaikeyi sought for 2 boons, namely 14 years of Vanavasa to Sri Rama and Rajya Pattabhisheka to Bharata. So when this was asked, immediately Sri Ramachandramurti left to the forest, and Sitamma and Lakshmana to accompany Sri Rama. Sri Rama wore the bark of a tree, Valkalam, and matted his locks, Jadamudi Aninjande. He left to the forest. Sitamma and Lakshmana to accompany. Here we can find the greatness of the brothers. Lakshmana was keen on doing Bhagavad Kainkarya to Sri Rama, while Shatrughna was always keen in doing Bhagavata Kainkarya, both of which are just unparalleled to each other. When they reach the Ganges, Guha Sakhyam takes place, and Sri Rama accepts Guhanoda Aivaranam as his own brother, and then they further move to Bharatwajashrama, which is in Triveni Sangamam. Bharatwaja Maharshi asks them to move to Chitrakuta, which is really a beautiful place, and Sri Rama, Lakshmana and Sita, Parnashala Amachanda, they happily lived there. At that time, Etan Madhye, in Ayodhya, Dasharatha could not bear the pangs of separation from his beloved son Sri Rama. He was longing to talk with him, and he kept on lamenting, when would I meet Rama? Nanum Vanagame Migavirambe Pohindren Indravani. Dasharatha, unable to bear the pangs of separation, reached the higher world. On his bed of desolation and remorse, blaming himself and lamenting, he reached the higher abode. The king, who had done Rajya Paripalana for 60,000 long years, who was the hero of many battles, who was the master of all Vedas and Shastras, Aruvadanayiram Andhal Urupahai Uduttu Ulagai Ombine, that Raja, great Raja, was no more. He reached the abode, but unable to bear the pangs of separation. We must note here that Bharata was not present when Dasharatha had left the abode. He was at Kekeya, at his grandfather's place. Now, what happens is Vasishtha Maharshi takes charge of the kingdom, and he immediately orders that Bharata and Shatrughna, who were at Kaikeyam in their grandfather's place, immediately come back to Ayodhya. So he sends forth his soldiers, who immediately reach Kekeya, give them gifts, and ask them to come back to Ayodhya. Now, Bharata was feeling so much upset, and he could feel some durnimittas, bad omens, bad dreams, and he had absolutely no peace of mind. Name shantar bhavishyati. He had no peace of mind and was so restless, and was feeling that something wrong was going in Ayodhya. He somehow wanted to find out what this was. At that time, all the soldiers came and called forth Bharata and Shatrughna. He wondered, why has Appa not given his order and Vasishtha Maharshi given? He started thinking what was wrong. And now he came in horses, in fast-moving horses, he reached Ayodhya. And there, when he saw, everybody started closing the door on seeing Bharata. The people who would usually welcome with so much affection started closing the doors. Here we should see, despite Bharata being so innocent and unaware of the happenings in Ayodhya, yet he was blamed by everybody. And that is why we say Bharanat Bharata. Padi engindra Bharati Sumukka Kudiyavan Bharatan. So everybody started closing their doors. He immediately rushed to the Simhasana because he wanted to pay respects to his father. He was shocked to find that the couch, the Simhasana, was empty and Maligaye shunyama irundhathu. He was so surprised. He immediately rushed to his mother's room, Kainkaryamma. On seeing Bharatha, hugged him, kissed him on the forehead and said, Bharatha, eppadi irukka? How is my brother? How is my father? She asks such questions, and Bharatha replies to them, and he further asks, where is my appa? I want to meet him and pay him my respects. Where is he? Now Kainkaryamma says, Yagatis sarvabhutanam tam gatihi te pitagataha. Whatever place a person reaches one or the other day, that place has been reached by your father. Is this the way to tell the death of a person? But Kainkaryamma told this way, and Bharata was absolutely shocked. You're telling me this news in such a manner? My appa is no more? What happened? What did he tell during his last times? He asked, and Kaikeyi says, Ha Rama, Ha Sita, Ha Lakshmana were the words that he uttered. Ma, what do you mean? Does this mean that they were not present during his last times? He asked. At that time, Kaikeyi says, I had sought for 2 boons, namely, 7 aandugal vanavasam to Sri Rama and Rajya Pattabhisheka to you, Bharata. That is why Rama had left to the forest, and now you please take the Simhasana. I have kept it for you. Kindly take the seat. Now here comes the glory of Bharata. Bharata, who's a Bhagavadotthama, says, Amma, how did you get such Nicha Bhava? How did you think that I would ever accept this throne? This throne, Jayashree, the most befitting person to take up this Jayashree is my beloved brother Anna. Anna, my brother, is unparalleled to me. He is Meru Samanam, and I am a Nicha person. He is a Samudra, which is the biggest ocean. I am a small pond. He is Garuda Pakshi, which flies so high in the air. I am a crow. In no way can I be compared with Sarva Kalyana Gunavan Sri Ramachandra Murthy. How dare you have such Nicha Bhava? I shall never accept this Simhasana, says Bharata. Now here comes the glory. சொத்துக்காக சண்டை போட்ட குடும்பங்கள் பல இருக்கலாம், சொத்துக்காக சந்தில நின்ற குடும்பங்கள் பல இருக்கலாம், but the only Rajya where சொத்து சந்தில நின்னது is Sri Rama Rajya. Nobody wanted to take possession of the big Rajya. Bharata says, I am not at all capable of taking up this Rajya. I don't want it. சொத்தே திருட்டானது இங்கே, because nobody was willing to take this. Such was the glory of Bharata. Now Bharata became so upset that his brother was not there to console him, nor his father. What could he do? He wanted to have some kind of solace. So he immediately rushed to Mother Kausalya. He thought that mother would be able to understand him. Now, what did Kausalya Amma ask? She said, Bharata, santoshama unakku. This is what you wanted, right? You wanted to take up the Rajya. Now you don't have any competitor. Have your Rajya and enjoy it. This was like adding fuel to fire for Bharata. He didn't expect such words from Amma Kausalya. Here we can see that neither did Appa Dasharatha understand Bharata, nor did Amma Kaikeyi understand him, nor did Kausalya Amma understand such a pitiable character in Srimad Ramayana, who's the most pitiable characters, who was blamed by everybody and not a single person except Rama could understand him. So Mother Kausalya says, Santoshama. He became so upset. Amma, how could you also think like this? I never expected such a thing from you. And he now starts reciting the greatest sins that one could commit. He says, Guru Hatti. Yaar orthan tannudiya Gurunathara kulrano. Yaar orthan Brahma Hatti. Who kills a Brahmana? Who murders a small Shishu? Whatever sin would come on doing such sins, let that all befall on me. He says, in case I had even kinchit alava interest in this Rajya, let all these sins fall on me. He says these words. Oh, Kausalya Amma was so shocked, and he hugged Bharata and said, please Bharata, forgive me. I shouldn't have spoken such harsh words. And she seeks forgiveness. Here comes the glory, he says. Brahma Hatti, Guru Hatti, Go Hatti, Bruna Hatti, and lists 46 sins that one could commit. And says, in case I had even a small interest, tinge of interest in the Rajya, let all these sins befall on me. And now Kausalya seeks forgiveness. At this point of time, Shatrughna comes. He pulls Manthara and comes and says, Anna, let us murder this Manthara, who was the cause for instigating Kaikeyi to have sought for such boons. Bharata says, what was wrong with Manthara? Then he says, Shatrughna says, okay, well, then it would have been the mistake of Kaikeyi for having sought such boons. Let us murder Kaikeyi. Bharata asks, what was wrong with Kaikeyi, Amma? Fine, then it is the mistake of Dasharatha. What can we do now? He has passed away. Then it is the mistake of Sri Rama, who had obeyed such commands. Let us go and talk with Rama. What wrong did Rama do, says Bharata. Bharata says, Yarume karanamilla. If I, Bharata, were not at all born, this would not at all have happened. Nane tana iduka. I am the cause for such wrongdoings, and he bore the brunt for a sin not at all committed by him. And that is the glory of Bharata. Bharanat Bharataha. He says, if I were not at all born, then all these things would not have happened. Bharanat Bharataha Nane tana idika. Generally, we do not accept the mistakes committed easily. But Bharata was such a man of virtue that he accepted, despite he not at all having even a tinge of interest in the Rajya. That was his greatness. Now, Bharata performed the last rites for his father, Imakriyas for his father, and then he ordered that let us all immediately leave to where Sri Rama is and ask him to return back. Aanai Puravit Terodu Kalad Anikonda Senai Sumandiran Vasittarudan Bharathanambi Padiya. Bharata orders everybody to immediately go to where Sri Rama is and somehow request him to come back. So in 4 Sainyas, Ratha, Gaja, Turaka, Padadi, they all left, including Vasishta and the minister Sumantra, everybody, and the Taimargals, everybody left. This is where we can see the greatness of Bharata. He goes to the Ganges, they meet Guha, and Guha now asks, Bharata, what is the purpose of you coming here? Don't you want Rama to have a happy life even in the forest? You want to kill him? Again, Bharata becomes so upset. Even Guha is suspecting. Why should I live? Bharata feels. So everybody suspects him. Now, Bharata says, I have come here to take back my brother to Ayodhya and give him back the kingdom. Now, Guha starts to understand the greatness of Bharata. And further, Bharata asks, what did my brother do when he came here? Where did he sleep? What did he eat? What did my brother tell? Now, Guha says, in the Darbhashainathalatam Padutundar, here only he matted his locks, Jadamudi aninjittar. Ipriyalam, Guha says. Now, Bharata feels, the Chakravarti Tirumagan, who has to have all the Sukha Bhogas, has slept in a grass, has had only fruits. He felt so pitiable on listening to this. And he says, Yennikku varikkum ennudaiya anna ipdi tapasviya iruparo annikku varikkum I shall also be a tapasvi and not even take possession of the Rajya. And I shall also have fruits. I shall also sleep only on the floor. Such was the greatness. There was no need for Bharata to take up such a vow. It was not needed because his mother had sought for 2 boons and he could have taken the possession of the Rajya. But he too wanted to be like a tapasvi. And there he takes such a pratignya where we can see the glory of MahaBhagavadotthama. Now everybody comes to understand the glory, his dridha chittam, his apara priyam, the love and affection that he had towards his brother, and the saubhratrakam, the beautiful bonding among the brothers. This is the speciality of Srimad Ramayana. Now, Bharata was yearning to meet Sri Ramachandra Murti, and he reaches Bharadwaja Ashrama, where Bharadwaja Maharshi also suspects him. This is something which is very pitiable indeed. Later on, they reach Chitrakuta. Now, Bharata wants to meet Sri Rama. He had no peace of mind. Name Shantir Bhavishati, Name Shantir Bhavishati. He was crying. And he wanted to seek solace. And the one and only thing that could give him solace was Sri Ramachandra Murti's Charanara Vindas, the lotus feet of Sri Rama. Bharata Bhagavadotthama, who had thousands and thousands of thoughts as to what to say to Rama when we meet, what to tell to him, how to convince him to come back, was now absolutely speechless. He didn't know what to tell. And just like how if a father is abroad for some particular reasons, and when a child meets his father, automatically he tends to hug the father and welcome him so well. That is how Bharata also did. He just sprang forward. Bharatan. Sri Ramarude Charanara Vindangal Virinda. He just hugged and sobbed and sobbed and sobbed. That is all Bharatazhwan could do. The mind which was wanted to talk so many things, was absolutely speechless. But now the mind, Name Shantir Bhavishyati irukakuriya andha manasula avvalavu nimmadi erpattadu. Karanam Sri Gurunatharaga darshanam pannar. What verse does Valmiki Maharshi say? He says, Dadarsha Bharato Gurum. Valmiki Maharshi could have instead said, Bharata had met Sri Rama, or Bharata had met Chakravarthi Ramayan Sri Rama, or Bharata had met his Virkum Melana Anna Sri Rama. Why did Valmiki Maharshi say, Dadarsha Bharato Gurum? He told Rama as his guru. Why did he mention this? Because when a soul is yearning to have peace of mind, the one and only thing that could give solace is the Charanara Vindas of a guru. And Bharata was now having so much peace of mind because he fell at the feet of his guru Sri Ramachandra Murti. And now Bharata forgets himself completely and remains speechless. At that time, Sri Rama hugged him, kissed him on the forehead and asked, how is our parents? How are you taking care of the Rajya? Are you doing it properly? And asked so many questions. And in fact, Sri Ramachandra Murti tells the management principles. And the art of governance has been told by Sri Ramachandra Murti in few sargas of Srimad Ramayana. Bharata did not even pay much attention to this because only if he had some interest on the Rajya could he listen. Already he was having three great things in his mind. One, that Appa has passed away. Second, that the reason for Appa passing away was Amma. Third, that the reason for Sri Rama going to forest was him. So he was already having these three and he kept lamenting and he remained absolutely speechless. Finally, when Sri Rama asks, "Pa eppadi irukar?" Now Bharata started crying. He says, Appa is no more. The Raja who had done Rajya Paripalana in Dharma Marga is no more. Sri Rama just lamented and fell unconscious. Later, after gaining consciousness, he did Pinda Pradhana to his father and performed the last rites for his father. Ilanda Paratha Pinda Pradhanama Samarpichar Sri Rama. Now, Bharatazhwan says, Narashabha, Sri Rama, Jeshtaputre Sthite Rajanne, Nataniyan Drupo Bhavet. When Jeshtaputra is alive, how can younger one take up the Rajya? Isn't it Viruddha? Isn't it Dharma Viruddha? How can you take up the Rajya when you are alive? Moreover, I do not have even a tinge of interest in this Rajyashri. Kindly Sri Rama accept it. He pleads to Sri Rama. This part of Srimad Ramayana is so beautiful, where Sri Rama tries to somehow convince Bharata to take up the Rajya, and Bharata somehow convinces Sri Rama to take up the Rajya, And there goes a beautiful debate where each one is right in their own ways. Rama says, Bharatha, first varam has been fulfilled by me by coming to the forest. In order to fulfill the second command, you only have to do, because you are only capable of performing it. I can't do it, so kindly take up the Raja. And Bharatha says, Jyeshta putre stite rajan na kaniyan prapo bhavet. When Jyeshta putra is alive, I can't take up the Raja. So each one is correct in their own ways. Now there goes a beautiful debate there. And finally, what happens is, Jabali, a great Maharshi, who knows all Shastras, says, Rama, your father has reached the heavenly abode. Now there is no need for you to follow Dharma. He has gone to the Swarga. Now you need not follow Dharma. Kindly go back to Rajya. You needn't fulfill the 14 years Vanavasa wish that your father has commanded. This is what we find in Ramayana. Whenever we are very depressed, what we tend to do is we deviate from the path of Dharma. But here, Sri Ramachandramurti shows to us, he says with so much dridha, says, Adhiroharya padabhyam paduke Lakshmishchandradasho yadva himavan vahimam tyajet atiyat sagaro vela na pratignyamaham pituhu. The Chandra may lose its beauty. Even the Himalayas may melt. Even the Samudra may get dried up and become a desert. But na pratignyamaham pituhu. I shall not deviate from the vow given to my father. See, Chandra losing its beauty or Himalayas melting is all impossible things. Sri Rama says, even the impossible may become possible, but I shall not give up the vow given to my father. Sri Rama says such words. And at that time, Bharatazhwan comes to the conclusion that we cannot convince Sri Rama, for he is Satyasandhan, Sarvavapta Kaman, and we cannot convince him. Now, what could we do? What else is the second option? He starts thinking. At that time, Vasishtha Maharshi comes and says, Bharata, you do not have interest in ruling the kingdom, but always you could rule the kingdom as a deputy, right? He gives a small clue to Bharatazhwan. So now Bharata thinks, what would he do? At that time, he gets reminded of the Shri Padukas of Sri Ramachandramurti. And Bharatazhwan says, Adhiroharya padabhyam paduke hema bhushite yetehi sarvalokasya lokakshemam vidhasyatuhu. With due reverence, Bharatazhwan takes the holy sandals of Sri Ramachandramurti and goes. அதை Sri Ramaruடைய சரணாரவிந்தங்கள்ல சமர்ப்பிக்கிறார். Bharatazhwan says, Sri Rama, உங்களுடைய திருவடி சம்பந்தத்தை இதுல ஏற்படுத்தி கொடுங்கோ. With due reverence, I shall take these padukas and என்னுடைய சிரசுல எழுந்தருள பண்ணி, I shall take it back to Ayodhya, and in the outskirts of Ayodhya, பாதுகைகளுக்கு ஸ்ரீ பட்டாபிஷேகத்தை பண்ணி, I shall rule the kingdom as a representative of the padukas. And immediately he brings the sandals and asks Sri Rama to place his holy feet on the sandals, and with due reverence takes it and here comes the glory of Bharata. Despite he having the full rights to take up the Rajya, he is unwilling to take up, and he says, Sri Padukas of Sri Ramachandramurti shall rule the kingdom for 14 long years. Here we must note that even before Sri Rama Pattabhisheka, Sri Paduka Pattabhishekam took place. And when Alvars are reminded of this Sandarbha, they say, Thambikka Maravadiyai Vaanpanayam Vaittar. What does this mean? Now, Sri Ramar Kuri Ikkattana Soolnile. He had to redeem himself. So if Rama had to redeem himself, he had to give something which is of higher value than he himself. What could he give? Thus he gave Sri Padukas. If we go to a pawnbroker and ask for say 1 lakh rupees, then we should give a security which is of higher value than 1 lakh. Likewise, If Rama had to redeem himself from Bharata to the pawnbroker Bharata, he had to give something of higher value than he himself, and thus he gave the Sri Padukas. Such is the yetram, such is the glory of Sri Padukas and Bharathazhwan. So, தன்னை விடுவிச்சுண்டார் பாதுகைகளை அடகு வச்சார் ஸ்ரீ ராமச்சந்திரமூர்த்தி. That is why Swami Sri Vedanta Deshikar says in Paduka Sahasram, Kanaka Ruchira Kavyakyata Sanehi Sharanoshruta Shruta Guru Putapa Swadrupa Tvajariva Sevita Nihita Vibhava Nityam Vishnoho Pade Manipaduke Tvamasi Mahati Vishvesham Shubhagraha Mandali. Such is the glory of Sri Padukas. And one more thing here is that whenever we worship the Sri Padukas, we are relieved of the Navagraha doshas. Even Ravi, Sashi, Guja, Buddha, Guru, Shukra, Shanaihi, Ragu, Ketu shall not do anything to us. Because Sri Padukas are capable of destroying all the sins. That is the glory of Sri Padukas. And Guha Peruman, when Bharata returns back to Ayodhya, becomes so surprised on seeing the greatness of Bharatazhwan. Bharata, Perpattavanani. He realizes how he had mistaken Bharata for a moment. And now he says, Tayurai kunditadai udaviyadharani tannai tivinai sing தன்மை கண்டால் ஆயிரம் ராமர் நிற்கே தெரிய மேத்தமேட்டிக்கல் ஈக்குவேஷனா ரெப்ரசென்ட் பண்றோம். ராமர் ஒரு பக்கம் வச்சுக்கிறோம், பரதர் ஒரு பக்கம் வச்சுக்கிறோம். ஹவு கேன் ராமா பி ஈக்குவேட்டட் டு பரதா அப்படின்னு குஹப்பெருமான் சொல்றார். 1000 Ramas equal to 1 Bharatanu வராதான். 1000 Ramas is less than 1 Bharata அப்படின்னு விட்டார் குஹப்பெருமான். Such was the glory of Bharatazhwan. 1000 ராமன் நின்கீழ் அவரோ தெரியலம்மா. Even 1000 Ramas cannot equal 1 Bharata, says குஹப்பெருமான். And that is the glory of Sri Bharatazhwan. We must here remember that நம்ம ஸ்ரீ ராமரை பயங்கரமா கொண்டாடுறோம். But at the same time, Bhagavadottamana Bharathaniyum kondadanam. Because he was indeed a kainkaryashri to Sri Rama and did not take possession of the Rajyashri despite being given that. And he also lived a life of a tapasvi, eating fruits, wearing the garments of a bar and matted in the locks of Jadamuni adinjindadan irundare thavira, he did not take up the Rajya. And when asked why he was not taking, he says, I am the property of Sri Rama. And this Rajya is also the property of Sri Rama. Oru sottu, innoru sottu aala mudiyuma? Can one property rule over the other property? அப்படின்னு பரதாழ்வார் சொல்றார். அப்போ எவ்வளவு ஏற்றம் உண்டு பரதாழ்வானுக்கு. When Bharathazhwan with due reverence takes back the holy sandals back to the outskirts of Ayodhya to a place called Nandigrama. அந்த இடத்துல 500 புண்ணிய நதிகளுடைய தீர்த்தத்தை கொண்டு வந்து he does the Pattabhisheka and Makutabhisheka to the Sri Padukas. And before even Rama Pattabhisheka, Sri Paduka Pattabhisheka took place. And Swami Sri Vedanta Deshikar says in Raghuveera Gadyam, Pranata Bharata Makuta Tata Subhatita Paduka Krayabhisheka Nirvartita Sarva Loka Lokakshema. The Sri Padukas were capable of doing glory and giving Yogakshema to everybody. And it is indeed Adiyan's blessings to talk about the glory of Bharata as well as the Sri Padukas for this Lokakshema Satsang. And one more thing here was that after 14 years of Paduka Rajyam, when Sri Rama returns back and takes back the Rajya from Bharata, when he sees the accounts of Ayodhya, he finds that the Gajana irukkudiya sottu dashabuniyachu. It became 10 times more than what it was when Sri Rama had left. This was because Paduka Rajyam sarva subhikshamaha irundhathu. Nobody had even a small kind of worry. Everybody lived so happily. And Paduka Rajya was giving sarva Lokakshema. Paduke hema bhushite, says Valmiki Maharshi. This was the greatness of Paduka Rajya. And here we must note that Bharathazhwan, despite making absolutely no mistake, was doubted by his own father Dashratha. His own mother Kaikeyi did not understand him. His Acharya Vasishtha did not understand him. His the hunter Bhaperuman did not understand him. Bharatwaja did not understand him. Ajodhya Prajas did not understand him. The only person who understood him was Sri Ramachandra Murthy. This is because when Bharata had gone to the Chitrakuta, at that time Lakshmana says, Bharatan vara, walk ready aidalam, says Lakshmana. At that time Sri Rama says, Pa Lakshmana, how dare you have such necha thoughts about my brother Bharata? Mama pranamata priyataraha. He is dearest to me, so much he is dear to me. And he will never have interest in the Rajya. So the only person who had understood Bharata was Sri Ramachandra Murthy. And that is why he is Sarva Kalyana Gudavan. And the glory of Bharata is that for no mistake of him, he was blamed by everybody. And while we are worshipping Sri Rama, we must also make a humble effort to understand the glory of Bharata, because he is a Bhagavadotthama. So here I would like to conclude by telling that the Phalashruti of listening to the Sri Paduka, Pattabhishekam and Bharata's glory is that we will be relieved from all the sins committed by us. Pava muttaya irukkudiya and idu appadiye teenal poosagum. It will just burn into ashes on listening to the glory of Bharatazhwan. The story of Bharata portrays unrivaled affection and purity that he had towards Sri Rama. And also Bharata bore the brunt of sins not committed by him. Jnana and Bhakti will automatically grow on contemplation of Bharatazhwan. Thus, we had the Bhagyam of listening to the glory of Bharata. And you must remember, Ayiram Raman Ninkir Avaro Terilamma, says Kambana Talvar. Such is the glory. Yatha Shakti, Yatha Mati, within the given time, I had this glorious opportunity. Adiyan had this opportunity to present for Lokakshema Satsang, and I am indeed thankful to Smt Mayuravalli mami for having given this wonderful opportunity to contemplate on the glory of Bharatazhwan. Gopika Jivana Smaranam Govinda Govinda Janaki Kanta Smaranam Jai Jai Rama Rama. Adiyan.
Jayashree, I'm speechless.
Thank you.
Padmami சொல்லுங்க.
Yeah, really speechless. Really, at this age, so much means really great. நிஜமா எனக்குமே வாயில வார்த்தை வரல கோபதிஜி. அந்த ஆரம்பத்திலேருந்தே சொன்னியே, I love this point. To descent of God, the descent of God is the ascent of Jivatma to abode, isn't it? So lovely word. That's I'm hearing that for the first time. Beautiful, that one. And then, just a minute.
What is your age?
Yes, I'm 20 years.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. Oh. And then Darshanaga, Priya Darshanaga, Yega Priya Darshanaga, Sadaga. Those four types of people. That also I'm hearing for the first time. I mean, generally we know, but sort of hearing from such a young girl, really beautiful, all these things. And then, so you are excellent.
Amazing.
And Bharata's qualities, you brought it nice. And 46 sins, Gurugati, Brahmahati, and Shishugati, Gohati, all these sins if I had done, the papa should come to me. I mean, that's what, if I am not pure, all the papas will come to me. Let it come, he says. And everything is going. He treats Guru. He sees Rama as his Guru, not a brother or anything. Is it Tadasha Priya Guru? So it was excellent. Jayashree, Mayura has selected the best girl rectory. Very nice, very nice. Wait to go for you. Do more, some more, many more.
இந்த ஒரு நாளைக்கு வெறும் உபன்யாசம் மட்டும் வச்சுட்டு ஜெயஸ்ரீ வந்து பண்ணணும்.
Yeah, it's ரொம்ப
all by God's grace and Guru's grace.
So all the best, Kanna. Do come back again. I'll call you. Okay.
Yeah.
We will call you.
ஏதாவது ஒரு டாபிக் கொடுத்து definitely I want to listen to you more and more. I was stunned to see you doing upanyasam like this.
On various
I got
topics.
Emotional actually. Yes.
No, even
யாராவது சொல்றதுனா please.
Gomutiji, even I got really emotionalized when she said when Bharatha was tormenting to his mother and Kaushalya, when he talks to Kaushalya.
மாமி இது ஏற்கனவே கேட்ட கதை தான், ஒண்ணும் புதுசு கிடையாது. ஆனாலும் நம்ம எத்தனை தடவை கேட்டாலும் திருப்பி அந்த சொல்ற விதத்துல நமக்கு அது வருது, நமக்கு அந்த ஃபீலிங் வருது நமக்கு.
Exactly.
Not new, but still it is.
The way in which she conveyed is so beautiful. That's all. ரொம்ப நல்லா பண்ணா. ரொம்ப it's very very nice.
Beautiful.
Very nice. Thank you.
நமஸ்காரம் மிஸ்ஸஸ் பத்மா செல்லப்பா. நான் ஒரே இது ஷேர் பண்ணிக்கலாமா?
சொல்லுங்க கிருஷ்ணசுவாமி சார், சொல்லுங்க.
என்ன ரொம்ப பிடிச்சிருந்ததுன்னா அந்த யங் லேடிட்டக்க அவரோட பாவம், அவர் நிஜமாவே இந்த ஹியூமிலிட்டி, அது ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். அந்த லேடிட்டக் இருக்கு, யங் லேடிட்டக் இருக்கு. காட்ஸ் ராமாஸ் பிளெஸிங், அது that should continue.
No, she went inside the character. அப்படியே அந்த கேரக்டர்லயே மூழ்கிட்டா. She expressed in such a way. That's what. Very nice.
அதாவது அந்த வாய்ஸ் மாடுலேஷன் வந்து ஒரு டிராமா பாக்குற மாதிரி ஒரு நிஜமாவே அந்த வாய்ஸ் மாடுலேஷன் வரது ரொம்ப கஷ்டம். அதுதான் நானும் போட்டிருந்தேன். ரொம்ப நல்லா
பத்தி சொல்லும் போது நீங்க சொல்ற விதப்படி அழகு கண்ணுல வெள்ளமே வந்து கொடுத்து, சத்தியமா கண்ணி படம் வந்து கொடுத்து, அந்த மாதிரி அவ்வளவு இதா இருக்குமா சொன்னீங்க.
ரொம்ப அருமையா இருக்குமா. Great future, Jayashree. கண்டிப்பா you have a very great future. Yes,
ரிப்பீட் பண்ணக்கூடாது.
keep doing this.
Excellent. மாமி சொல்றப்பல அத்தவாட்டி கேஸ் வந்து தமிழ்ல சொல்லணும்.
தமிழ்ல இடையில சொன்னாங்க.
இல்ல தமிழ் சொல்லி இங்கிலீஷும் சொல்லி it was so good actually.
தமிழ்னாலும் ரொம்பவே சௌகரியம்.
ரொம்ப ஸ்பஷ்டம் அந்த ப்ரொனன்சியேஷன், அந்த வேர்ட்ஸ், அந்த ஸ்லோகம் சொல்றதெல்லாம், அந்த சான்ஸ்கிரிட்ல சொல்றதெல்லாம் நல்ல ஸ்பஷ்டம். ப்ரொனன்சியேஷன் was so good, was so clear. Your words were so clear.
Pawn broker சொன்னீங்க, that also that's very good. Equating Rama to
Rama and
1000 Rama ke pawn broker so beautiful. Very well said, Kanna. Very well.
கேட்டுட்டே இருக்கணும் போல இருக்கு. இன்னும் சொல்ல மாட்டியான்னு இருந்தது எனக்கு. Why did you stop னு இருந்தது எனக்கு. Telling அந்த மாதிரி இருந்தது.
You have time also. I think freeze ஆயிட்டாளா என்ன தெரியல. இல்ல
freeze ஆன மாதிரி இருக்கு.
freeze ஆன மாதிரி இருக்கு. Jayashree. No, she is
every
frozen.
day learning new things. Every day it is a learning for us. நல்ல knowledge.
தெரியல இருக்கா மெசேஜ் பண்ணாக்க. she is
வெளியில போயிட்டு உள்ள வந்தா maybe she'll be able to.
தெரியல இல்ல தெரியல.
அப்படியே அந்த கேரக்டரோட ஐக்கியமே அப்படி சொல்றான். அப்படி எவ்வளவு கேட்கறதுக்கு
இல்ல அவ ஐக்கியமானது மட்டும் இல்ல, நம்மளையும் ஐக்கியப்படுத்திட்டாங்கல.
ஆமா, அதான் உள்ள போயிட்டு அடங்கவே முடியல.
I know. It's a wonderful concept. I mean pravachanam.
Thank you so much. Sorry, connection nodula interrupt ஆயிடுச்சு.
You became frozen. Just you made us frozen by your pravachanam. You became frozen practically.
எல்லாரும் freeze ஆயிட்டோம் அப்படியே.
Good one, mami.
So nanna chonama, very good. Thanks to you, thanks to Mayura, everybody. Nice. Yesterday we had day before yesterday we had a pravachanam from Supraja. Supraja panna, that was also very nice. Very nice, Kana. Very way to go. And you have got a bright future. Keep on doing that whenever you get a chance.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, nice.
Please keep doing it.
கண்டிப்பா.
Okay.
உங்களுடைய blessings ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமா இருக்கு to receive such.
No, you've got blessings from so many elders now. Yeah. all of us, those who are here are all elder to you, and they are sending their best wishes to you. Okay.
Thank you so much.
அடுத்த விஷாகா ஹரி is ready.
ரெடி.
அவ்வளவுதான் சொல்ல முடியும்.
நான் உங்களோட கிராண்ட் மதர்ஸ் நாங்களா?
ஆமா.
நான் இல்ல.
நீ இல்ல.
ஆமா.
கோமதி வந்து அக்கா. கோமதி அக்கா.
அக்கா.
So it's so nice, Kana. We enjoyed it really. Hariji, yes, Amma.